Hey y'all, thank you for tuning in. I know I haven't posted a video in a while. Um, there's been kind of a lot going on. We had the parties in town, in Vasconia I should say, and I've been focused on getting the cafeteria open now that I have high-speed internet, Starlink, so thank you Starlink and Elon Musk. Despite what your opinion might be on Elon Musk, he's doing a lot of good for the planet and connecting us who have been disconnected from the modern world for a long time. I had no high-speed internet, at least no consistent high-speed internet for my first 3 years, 3 years and 3 months living here. So it's been an adjustment, but it's also allowed me to really cultivate my skills and working with the land and learning all the plants and trees and as they're growing, how to prune them and treat them properly, feed them properly, I should say too, so that they become as fruitful as possible. But anyway, to the point. The town of Perita and the state of Punta Arenas a couple years ago, I think in 2021, rerouted the river away from my house, this river right behind me, which is great in one aspect because my property will never run a risk of flooding ever again. But at the same time, because the river is further from my house, the water shelf is now lower by my house, and my well has since run dry in summer season. In the rainy season it's fine, but anybody that's visited in the past 2 or 3 months knows that the water has kind of run dry and we can only take limited shower, and the water quality is not as high because it's kind of pulling up from the bottom of the well. So I have two options. I either have to excavate and replace my well into a deeper zone, maybe another 20, 30 feet down, maybe further. But the other option is, before I do that, I also would like to make connections for my business, and I have 5 other buildings other than my house that I need to run water to. And as I'm operating as a business, the well was not going to supply all the water for that, even in rainy season. So I've been devising a solution. I wanted to get hooked up to the AYA, or the ASADA, the town water, the community water. So that's the process I've been doing today, and that's why I'm here by the river. This is a different area of the river than you will see from my other videos, because this is down in Playón San Isidro. And if you guys see a crocodile behind me, warn me for next time, but it looks like a beautiful swim area. And I just stopped by to get signed up, and I just wanted to give an update for anybody moving to Costa Rica if they're not yet connected to the water, or if they have a well and they want to get an additional supplementary connection to the town water system. Here's a little bit how it goes. You have to fill out this paperwork that asks for either your personal information or your company information. My property is owned in the name of my company, of which I am the sole owner. So I had to do it in Templo de la Jungla, which is my corporation name here in Costa Rica. In English, the Jungle Temple. And they'll have to do an evaluation. They have to check all the documents. There's 3 documents they need. There's the certification, there's the Personeria, and there's one other one, which I will actually upload the little document she showed to the end of the video, so you can kind of see those specific documents, and I'll write them in the information description section below, so anybody moving here knows what they need to bring to the ASADA when they're getting signed up for water. The other thing is, it costs, I believe, 138 mil or 188 mil, so basically like about $300 to get started, and that installs the meter. And then after the meter, when they come and install the meter and the connection to the public water system, then you personally, once it gets onto your property, you will run all the tubes, plumbing to any places and buildings and showers and bathrooms and pools or anything else you have on your property that you would need, which is no problem for me. I was just kind of ironing out some of the details. So if you see this video and you want to donate to help me get connected to the water, my PayPal is listed below as well, mrtobinjoseph@gmail.com. I appreciate it. You can also Zelle some money and donations to that, and it will help me get connected to public water much quicker. But the point is, I'm trying to help you guys. So I also found out, which is cool, and this is specific to me, or if you live in this area of Vasconia or Playón, Our water actually comes from Zapatone, which I found out, which is the indigenous zone up the mountain from us, where the Huetar tribe still lives, or the Zapatone, as they call them. They still live. So it's really cool. Like, my water was well fed. My house was well fed water and spring fed, like really high quality water. And now I'm getting it from the indigenous area and zone, and up in the mountains where the water is beautiful as well. So I'm super, super grateful for this, and it's necessary to have this connection just so I can have unlimited volume of water. But this is just a quick video. I wanted to give you guys some information, and I'll put specifics down below of the documents you will need and exactly how much it is to get the meter installed. And it's a pretty quick process. So I'll go in tomorrow and get these documents updated, because you have to get them within like a couple of weeks of signing up for a new service, just so they can check on the validity of your corporation and so on, and that you're the owner and you're doing it legally. So tomorrow morning I will go to the post office and get those 3 documents, and that should cost me less than $10 for the 3 documents. I will come back to the ASADA, or the Water Commission is what you could call it, hand in the documents. She'll process the paperwork. She said on Thursdays they go out and they meet all together, I guess all the representatives of all the different zones, and they process new paperwork. And then within, I think, 2 weeks, they'll come and hook the water up for me. So it's a pretty fast process. If you're not already connected to water, a lot of new construction zones have water meters already connected to properties that have been divvied up by developers or people selling the properties, as well as electric meters, because they want people to have an easy transition to moving in and getting set up. But like I said earlier, my property was run strictly on the well, which I may have to, I'm actually meeting with my attorney tomorrow as well to see maybe the town and the state of Punta Arenas could pay for this for me, since they took my water away from me when they were restructuring the river. And that's one of the reasons I bought the house, because I didn't have to be connected to public water and depend on public, that I had my own water source, which, in rainy season in a couple months it'll refill again. And if I excavate a little deeper, then I'll have it year round. But that's just for my house. I want to have these public connections for my public operating businesses, the cafe, the cabins, the pool, the sports court, and install a couple outdoor showers that people could just cool off if they're passing by. I might charge a little bit for that, but it's worth it. Anyway, not a super long video. I just wanted to give an update, because this is a new experience for me, and I figure a lot of people moving here might encounter a similar scenario, and the advice, hopefully will help you. I'm just turning around. I'm gonna do 360. So the same water that I guess would be running and purified and cleaned coming from Zapatone eventually finds its way down to our river, and this is that same river that was rerouted away from my property last year. Oh my god, I thought that was a giant crocodile, but it looks like a log. Still could be a crocodile in disguise. But anyway, this goes all the way down eventually to Perita. The bridge you pass over when you're going through the south of downtown Perita will eventually, lead to this, and then it goes down to Palo Seco Beach and lets off in the giant kind of lake river there, and mangroves. And that's my story today. So if you guys have any comments or any experiences with hooking up to water, please put them down below, because it's really nice to be able to educate people that want to relocate here, so they know everything that they might encounter, blessings, pitfalls, ease of process, or difficulty of process. And mine is kind of right in between, because even she said, the person, I'm not going to call her out by name, but the person that works at the Water Commission there said, yeah, that seems like it's definitely the responsibility of the municipality, or at least the state. If they came and had their engineers and contractors restructuring the river, and previously, that's what was supplying my well, they should be responsible for paying for my connection to the public water, especially since they're going to be reaping the benefits of me paying them every month for the water in volume that I use. So fingers crossed, wish me luck. My attorney is a local guy, and I'm sure he knows all the regulations, and I'm sure he knows a lot of the people in the town, and might be able to get this done for me pretty quickly, that they will, write me a check or just cover the payment for me so I can get reconnected to water, because at this point they have cut off a tax-paying resident from his ability, my ability, to get water, to shower properly, to get drinking water, to have water to, feed my plants and stuff. I've found other ways, don't worry, there's plenty of options, but it's not very convenient, it's not very easy, and it's not necessarily ethical that they've done this to me and kind of left me screwed, essentially. So if you have any advice, if you've ever dealt with this issue in Costa Rica, I know it's a very rare, unique issue, but it might be more common than I think. So if you guys have experience with this, I would appreciate in the comments below if you put some advice, or if you have any questions, let me know, because I've gone through a lot of similar experiences kind of troubleshooting life here in Costa Rica, and I would be more than happy to help anybody that's relocating, because I wish I saw some of these videos before I moved here and could have expected this and at least had the solutions in the back of my mind, to get them done quicker and not have to wait a month or two and be asking 5-6 people and attorneys for their advice. I could just get it done by watching one of these videos. So that's the benefit of YouTube nowadays, and thank you guys for tuning in. One last view of the beautiful river, and I will see you all soon.